Hello. In today's lesson, we will learn about loops. Loops are used to repeat a block of code multiple times. They are a fundamental concept in most programming languages and are essential for performing repetitive tasks efficiently. There are several loop methods like for, while, and do while, each with its own advantages in different use cases. In this lesson, we will discuss the for loop. First, we'll talk about the syntax of for loop. We type the for keyword, then open parentheses, specify 3 parameters within and separate these parameters with semicolons, and then close the parentheses. Subsequently, we place the code to be executed during the execution of the for loop inside curly braces. Now, let's examine the parameters of the for loop in detail. The first expression is initialization, where the loop variable is declared and initialized. This section is interpreted once initially, and it's not re-evaluated even if the loop continues. Looking at the example, we see the statement integer I equals 1. Here, I is the loop variable. We understand that the variable I, declared as an integer type, has an initial value of 1. Second expression is used to determine the working condition of the loop. The condition is evaluated before each iteration. If the condition is true, the loop continues. If false, the loop terminates. Ensure that the condition is appropriately formulated to avoid infinite loops or premature termination. Like the condition we wrote in the brackets in the if structure, we write the condition statement here, and our cycle continues to work as long as this condition is met. In the example, we perform a condition definition of I is less than 5. This is where the condition of the cycle is determined. As long as the loop variable I is less than 5, the loop will run and the commands in the fancy brackets will be executed. The third parameter, written in expression 3, is the part where the increase or decrease operations of the loop variable are made. This updates the loop control variable after each iteration of the loop and helps fulfill the exit condition eventually. If no increment or decrement operation is performed on the loop variable, the loop can become infinite. In the example, we see that I++, that is, increase the value of the variable by 1. We write here the amount of increase or decrease of the loop variable in each cycle. Now let's examine how many times the loop in the example here works. In the for loop, first a variable named I is defined, and the value of this variable is determined as 1. Then the condition is checked and the value of the loop variable I is less than 5, and the condition is true. Since the condition is true, the code in the fancy bracket is executed and the value of variable I is increased by 1. After the first cycle ends, the value of variable I is now 2. Since 2 is less than 5 in the second loop, the codes are executed again and the variable value is increased by 1 after command execution. Now the value of the loop variable is 3. Since 3 is less than 5 in the third loop, the codes still work and the value of variable I is increased by 1 and becomes 4. Since 4 is still less than 5 in the fourth loop, the codes are executed again and the value of the variable I is increased by 1 to 5. Since 5 is not less than 5 in the fifth loop, codes in fancy brackets will not be executed and the loop will not work again. We will now solidify our understanding by working on for loop exercises. First, by writing serial begin 9600 in the setup section, we initiate serial communication. The loop part is the part that contains the codes that will work as long as there is energy in the Arduino. We will write a for loop on this part. For integer I is equal to 0, the initial value of loop variable is set to 0. Then we write the working condition of the cycle. If I is less than 5, let the loop work. Since we want the value of the loop variable to increase by 1 after the codes in the loop are executed in each loop, we write here I++. We then open and close the fancy brackets of the for loop, then write the commands to be executed in each loop between the fancy brackets. With serial.println, we ensure that the value of the variable is printed with the serial monitor. Then we use the delay 500 code to make our cycle run every 500 milliseconds. Now let's review the results of the application for loop on the serial screen by loading commands. Here we see that the values of I are written from 0 to 4, and when it is 5, the loop is terminated because the condition is not met. However, since the loop section is a loop that works as long as there is energy in the Arduino, these processes are constantly repeating. Now we cut the part about the for loop and paste it in the setup part. As you might recall, the setup block executes just once. However, the fact that the setup command will run once does not mean that the parentheses of the for loop will run once. The for loop will run the number of times indicated by its condition. It will halt when the condition is fulfilled. Now let's reload the commands and see the results on the serial monitor. It is important to understand the distinction between the loop section and the for loop. Since we didn't write in the loop section, the for loop works once. Let's continue the subject by making changes in the example. Now we'll start the value of I from 9. And let the loop run as long as I is greater than or equal to 0. And each time reduce the value of the loop variable one by one. Let's upload the commands into the Arduino in this state and see the result of the operation. We see that values are written at intervals of 500 milliseconds, starting from 9 to 0. We can increase or decrease the variable 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 or as much as we want. This is entirely up to our preference. We'll set the starting value of I to 0 once more. Let the loop work as long as I is less than 20 and the value of I increases by 2 each time. Instead of I++, we write I is equal to I plus 2. Let's rerun the code after making these adjustments and analyze the results. As you can see, we see the variable starting from 0 and increasing by 2, and the values of this variable written on the screen. We can't see 20 on the screen because when I is 20, the loop condition is not met, so the last value we see is 18. We have come to the end of this lesson on for loops, including explanations and examples. Best of luck with your studies.